Minecraft has gone way too easy. Now before you leave because you're mad at the title or I'm not using fancy editing techniques like bouncy text to accompany every single word I'm saying.
Yo, what's up guys? Today we're doing the Nose Art Challenge. How long can I physically play Minecraft on a boat with 2 every animal before I feel like committing genocide in real life? Smash that like button and subscribe!
Perfectly timed moments with copyright royalty-free music.
What?
Which are really just risers and hits. Or billion zoom and whoosh sound effects, which are all just AMV presets. To satisfy your 12-year-old TikTok mind rot brains, I encourage you to watch the video. Okay, the 12-year-old TikTok kids have left after that 1 second of pure silence. Now us adult gamers can have a civil conversation. It didn't used to be this way, but survival mode has become an absolute joke in Minecraft. After a while, it's just hard to stay engaged with the game as much as I want to, and that's because the hunger system is not balanced. Now, hunger and saturation in itself are not inherently bad mechanics. They're meant to limit how much a player does. The issue is that food is literally everywhere. Every animal drops meat, oak trees drop apples. Wait, they're supposed to drop acorns. Villages have barrels of hay. Even zombies drop beef jerky.
Oh yeah, this simulates the Slim Jim diet perfectly.
Now, insanely abundant food wouldn't even be that bad. But what really causes a nuclear explosion of disaster, other than running RLCraft and shaders on my rig, is the fact that food is stackable. Maybe 1, 2, even 3 pork chops isn't breaking the game, but the fact you can hold 64, combined with how abundant food is, you're not really punished for wasting hunger. In fact, you're rewarded for it, since saturation is the only way to heal. Compare this to the old system of food and health. Yes, the people who choose to play on a 10-year-old version and make Little Dark Age edits all day might actually have a point. Pigs were the only animals to actually drop meat, and even then it wasn't guaranteed. You really had to savor each piece of food you got, because you didn't know when you'll get more. There was no hunger bar. Instead, food healed you directly for varying amounts, and there is no saturation effect if you overhealed. So even though foods like cookies, bread, and apples didn't heal as much, they still had their uses in topping off your health, combined with the fact that foods didn't stack.
Except Girl Scout cookies. And fish.
And there is no saturation. The order system forced you to think more deliberately about when to use food, how much of it to bring, and which ones to use for the situation. Mushroom stew was legit the best food in the game. By the virtue, it was a semi-stackable source of 4 hearts. But even then, it was balanced with the fact that mushrooms are rare, and you could only craft stew using the workbench, which took up another slot in your inventory. And when Notch added hunger in 1.8, you know, when he actually worked on games and didn't start beef with Twitter users like a depressed billionaire, he fucked up the whole food system. Why would I ever raise pigs if I could just raise cows? Under very humane circumstances, mind you, if they give me both steak and leather. Why would I ever use cookies if they basically gave me nothing in saturation and hunger and took forever to eat? Why mushroom stew anymore if I could just have 64 stacks of beef? How come the golden carrot is like the best food in the game? Why did Notch base the villager designs off of Jews? That's just a theory. A game. How come the only way to heal is through saturation, so the hunger system that's supposed to punish you for unnecessary physical activity actually rewards you for sprinting 24/7? Which brings me to my next point. Sprinting breaks the game. Because there are practically no limitations on food, sprinting will be an eternally viable option that marginalizes most mob encounters in the game. This is a fact that no other mobs can sprint and catch up to you. Theoretically, the range mobs and the Endermen can still hit you, but as long as you're sprinting or under a 2-block tall area, you're fine. Once again, compare this to pre-sprint Minecraft. Me in full iron armor, no sprinting, a creeper nearly wrecks me, but no armor and sprinting, and it is not even close. But this doesn't compare to the combat update. Man, if I had a nickel every time Mojang has split its community, I would have 4 mine coins because paid mods are gaming now. Bethesda. Now, I know Minecraft's combat back in the day was really basic and bare bone, but I thought adding crits and making the bow work like an actual bow, and sword blocking was dynamic enough. Blocking with a sword didn't completely nullify damage, and along with crits, it rewarded the player for proper timing of their attacks. But when combat update arrived and introduced this item, oh my god, Mojang, you did what? So let me get this straight. The shield blocks all damage, has no cooldown, is extremely easy to get, and the wooden axe is as strong as a diamond sword now. But TheLaserLord, swords have sweeping edge and high attack speed. That doesn't matter! Combined with crits, you can literally 2-shot mobs with any axe.
Which you can't do with the iron sword, by the way.
Mojang, what the fuck? Now, while all these additions are kinda overpowered, it wouldn't be bad if the mobs themselves actually posed a challenge, but they just don't anymore. Mojang has power crept the player so much, like, what is this shit, bro? Without updating or upgrading the mobs to fit the player's power. And so mobs don't even pose a threat anymore, not even in mass. The AI on these mods has gotten worse in some ways. Yes, they don't walk straight into lava anymore and will pathfind you, but spiders, even zombies back in beta, would legitimately wreck you. Their hit range and aggression was off the charts. Not to mention skeletons. Man, they would rock your shit. Their arrows came from above their head, so trying to get a skeleton to shoot a zombie was much harder than it is now. And mobs legit spawned in front of you if you were caught in the dark. Now, Minecraft has added some more mob sense. Some of them are great addition, but a lot of them can be avoided, and you're not forced to engage with them unless you really want to. In fact, you can just avoid all of them with 3 wool and 3 planks. Not even mentioning how strong enchantments and new weapons are. All these systems come together and obliterate the whole survival experience. Modern Minecraft isn't really about survival anymore. It's just evolved into a weird sandbox where it's about my group of friends flexing on how hard they can no-life Minecraft. Resource collecting is no longer this fun challenge where you have to consider the time of day, how much food you have. It just feels like a monotonous grind that results in players building mega farms that lobotomize the whole experience. Builds just aren't practical anymore. Gone are the days of walls, moats, and torching the whole area. Why build a minecart system when you can just literally fly? Minecraft survival mode nowadays feels more like you're speedrunning a checklist of things you gotta do to become OP. And yes, I know hardcore exists. I could fake a 100 days hardcore challenge by dying, but then opening the world back up to land, enabling cheats, setting my game mode back to survival, and then exiting and re-entering like nothing ever happened. Oh yeah, and also backing up my world. But increasing damage numbers and losing everything from making a single mistake, that's not true difficulty. But why not just avoid using every broken thing you mentioned? So you're actually suggesting that in order to make the game fun and challenging again, I should actively avoid using features the devs implemented because they can't balance their game properly. Oh, I don't know, bro. Why not just avoid commenting? I'm suggesting that in order to make YouTube a more enjoyable experience, I just bought this train! You shouldn't be able to express your opinion. The dislike button should be disabled, and you should manage your thoughts by having none and blindly following what everyone says, because no one nowadays seems to have an actual original thought. I know there are data packs and mods out there that make Minecraft more difficult, but adding more mechanics and features that make the system needlessly complex, and it loses Minecraft's simplistic charm. 1.7.3 was simple, intuitive, but there was enough to make you think. It punished you fairly for being overconfident, but most importantly, it granted the player a rewarding challenge. Basically, Terraria is better.